Peace, peace, y'all. Peace, 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 peace. What's up? It's Sav. I'm back. Hey, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. We're gonna get into the video, but I guess I am gonna hold y'all because I'm gonna say I don't know why they hate on this guy so much. You know, I can get why if you watch his show, I can get why people hate on him because at times he's very arrogant. So at times he talks out of both sides of his mouth, both sides of his neck. I hear him in certain things that he does, but I just took it as you take. First of all, you don't listen to anybody completely unless you take it as a grain of salt. You take it as a grain of salt, and you take it as a grain of salt, and what you take from them, you take, and what you don't want, you push that to the side, and that's how that goes. And for the most part, most of the stuff, I like the stuff he says. Like he says, like, I don't do business with a lot of people. I want to see how you move. I want to see how your home life is. We not like to be in your relationship, but just to see how you are with your family, how you treat people, how your business acumen is, how your integrity with your business, what type of investments are you in, so like I like all of that. I like how he speaks about, you got to be on your purpose, and you also got to know what type of man you are and stuff like that. So and I understand, I can even understand things where some people may not understand, some women may not understand it, where he's like, look, hey, she want to go, hey, I'm putting my purpose first, because I've heard my own father say that, like, look, don't get it twisted. Your mom is high up there in my life, but I'm worried about me first. And because I'm worried about me first, she gonna be good. Because I'm worried about me first, you gonna be good. Because everything I do is gonna take care of y'all. So I understand that. I understand that logic, and that's why I got that same mentality. And I tell that to women too. They be like, oh, I want to be blah blah blah. Look, it's me first. It's me first. And they be like, the family come first. Nah, it's me first, and then my family. And because I'm doing me and I'm making sure everything good, they gonna be well taken care of. That's how I gotta be. That's how I gotta be. But let's see this video about why the world hate Anton Daniel.
On July 30th, 2025, popular YouTuber and former NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas was arrested in Los Angeles in connection with a federal indictment alleging he ran an illegal high-stakes poker gambling business. And the bad thing about it was inside of a home that he was renting.
Damn!
And inside of this illegal poker place was a name, Gil's Arena. And then Gilbert Arenas would somehow find his way onto YouTube. But he wasn't coming onto YouTube to make content. He was actually on YouTube beefing with Kwame Brown.
Cell phone. I didn't know nothing about like webcam, StreamYard. I had to learn all of that because I only came to YouTube because I was beefing with him. So when I came up with the show idea of like ESPN style, because
these two guys still beefing. They still beefing, and they still beefing, being childish about it. It's like, what were they beefing over or something? It has something to do with like an NBA career. I think I don't even remember what they were beefing about, but I remember it was something stupid.
I'm learning.
Oh, it was something like I think Gil said Kwame wasn't as good as he could have been, and Kwame was like, "Well, I done made all this millions, and I came from this area and that area, and blah blah blah, and I did my thing." It's like, yeah, I was in the league for 12 years and I averaged a double, whatever he said, right? He was like, yeah, both things can be true. Like, come on, we're all adults. There's a lot of nuance in the situation. Both things can be true. Kwame, you was projected to be that dude, and you was out there with Michael Jordan. You definitely should have been better. It is what it is. You definitely had Michael and Kobe. You should have been way better than what you are. I don't know if you're a champion with Kobe or not. That I don't know. But But we know you should have been better. And yes, also, yeah, Kwame, you came from the situation you came from where I think he said his father was locked up or whatever, and poor and whatever, and now you got the millions and you took care of your kids. Yes. Two things would be true. We could also say that about Russell Westbrook. Yeah, he did his thing. He did all the triple doubles and stuff, but he should have a chip. He should have a chip, and he'll sit up there and be like, my life, my life good, my kids good, my family good, everything, my wife straight. We get it, all that. We with you on that. We talking about your career. We ain't talking about your life. We talking about your career, and you should have had a chip because Russ had the potential to do it as being as good as he was. Kwame, when we talking about your career, Kwame, you should have been better. That's what most people believe. Oh, he don't like the bust thing, but you're going by bust life. That's what it was. Kwame don't like the bust talk, but you are what you are. It is what it is. I don't necessarily like people talking about. Oh, here's a simple equivalent. I don't necessarily like how people talk about me and my height because I'm taller than most people. I'm 6'8". They be like, look, I don't, you 6'8". I don't know what you gonna do to me and stuff like that. And I'd be like, come on, man, you know who I am. You know how I am. You've been around me long enough. You shouldn't even be saying something like that to me. But two things can be true because yes, they've been around you long enough and they know you're not like that. But in the back of their mind, I'm still bigger than them, stronger than them. And maybe maybe I just get angry and I decide to buck that time, so two things can be true.
As I go. So I have this channel. I know Matt Barnes. They got all the smoke, right? But they're on Showtime, so they have infrastructure.
Now, this is actually true. I mean, Gilbert Arenas was just on here, like going back and forth, roasting people. I mean, he's a very, very
right.
Might as well go ahead and make some money. And that's exactly.
Right. That was the same concept here. Let them come in here, build the studio, build all the equipment, do everything that's here. We got 2 years. Once it's over with, I got the infrastructure.
The show was sold to Underdog Fantasy. And what Gilbert Arenas is explaining is, listen, I'm selling it for 50% for now. And, I'm going to let them do all the production and build the business. And then after.
Look, this is another issue. If he want to sell his business, let him sell his damn business. Everybody got to fucking say about it and shit like that, Anton got his thing and he called them together and Kwame got his thing. Other people got their thing. It's Gil's business. If he want to sell 50% of it, let him sell 50% of it. What does it bother anybody? I get it. Oh, we should keep the podcast and our name and our image. And this is, we're able to talk about what we're able to talk about. I mean, I've seen the new episodes. It doesn't look like they're not talking about what they're not able to talk about, what they want to talk about. But, let him sell it. And it sounds like it was already, it was already part. I don't know. It was already part, not his. It was already part, not his. I might do that cooking with Kaya thing. That's funny. But it was already part, not his, from what I'm seeing. Or maybe it was 100% his and then he sold 50%. Whatever it was. But if you want to sell it, you want to sell it. I don't care.
Which I'll reclaim the show again. Now, he is online with very popular people. He's online with Kwame Brown, an ex-enemy and ex-teammate of his. And then there's Anton Daniels, who is no stranger to controversy himself. And so Anton Daniels can't understand why Gilbert Arenas would actually sell a show that is so profitable and that is so great. And he says this.
On the live stream, you said that when you got arrested, that's when they took the name from you because your name was no longer good in their eyes when it comes to promoting the product and being aligned with the brand.
Yes, that's what I said.
My expectation of you is higher because I don't look at you. I know you a contributor on the show, but I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't look at you in the same vein that I look at the rest of the niggas that's on the show. Because you the brain, right? You the brain. Without you, none of them other niggas exist in my mind. It's plenty of niggas that start a basketball podcast that ain't popping at all. That shit is trash. Let's just keep it 100.
Woo! Now notice after Anton Daniels, talks about this, Gilbert Arenas is not trying to like disagree with him. He's not saying anything about the people on the show. He's not trying to defend the people.
Look, this is why I don't like this O'Shea guy, because he does that on a lot of videos. You're too smart to be acting like that. And I hate when people do that. You're too smart to be acting like this. And you know what I mean. You know why Gilbert Arenas didn't defend anything, because he didn't say anything bad. He didn't say fuck Kenyon. He didn't say fuck Nick. He didn't say fuck Lexi. If he did, I'd have been upset with that, because Lexi Brown, most beautiful one on the show. He didn't say nothing about it's not Lewis. My boy that played on the Knicks, Brandon Jennings. He didn't say nothing about Jennings, right? He didn't say nothing bad about them. All he said was, I look at you as the brain. One, it's correct, because that shit wasn't labeled Kenyon's arena. It wasn't labeled Brandon Jennings' arena. It wasn't labeled Rashad McCants' arena. It wasn't labeled none of them. It was labeled Gil's arena. Gilbert Arenas. Gil's arena. So obviously he's going to think of him like he's the brain, because that's the one who was named after. That's the star. No matter how you put it. That's why he said, I'm not looking at the other niggas the way, because it's not their show. It's your show. So the fact that you're so smart enough, and I know you can understand that, and you're expecting Gil to be like, what? No, man, them other niggas is... What is he supposed to say? What is he supposed to say? Because he just said earlier in the clip, it was 100% my show. What is he supposed to say? No, them other niggas own the show too. What is he supposed to lie now? Like, no. Like he said, you're the brain. Like the show go with you. And that's the truth, because it was Gil's Arenas. It wasn't called Rashad McCants Arena. If it was Rashad McCants Arena, then Rashad McCants would be sitting here and not Gil. But it makes sense why he look at him as the brain. Like you just too smart, O'Shea, to be acting like this.
People on the show, he's just basically saying, listen, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying, because largely he's indifferent, meaning that he's not coming to the defense of anybody on his show. And this is interesting. And I do understand where Anton Daniels is coming from, because yes, a lot of the basketball podcasts do flop the person's experience, because just because you're good, at that mean that you can understand how to adjust to the day-to-day life of being on. Take kindly of those criticisms at all. And he addressed Anton Daniels directly.
Yeah, like he just like y'all chatting and this, that, and the third, and we just kept straight, like on the call nobodies and shit like that, bro. Like
he never said y'all wasn't shit. See, that's your problem. Listen, you too old to not know how to listen. You are a middle-aged man, Kenyon. You are too old, and I got respect for Kenyon. Played on the Knicks and the Nets. I watched all of that shit. I liked him on Denver too. Watched all of his career. You too old to not know how to listen, Kenyon, because he didn't say y'all wasn't shit. He wasn't even talking about your damn career. He wasn't even talking about what you do on the podcast. He said, I look at Gilbert as the brain, because Gilbert just said that this was 100% my show. It got my name on it. So I don't look at them other ones the same. I look at them as their contributors, which they are. I don't look at them as the show runs if they're not on it or something like that, or the show don't run if they're not on it. The show gonna run with Gilbert. You guys are too smart and too grown to not know how to listen and to not think clearly. I don't know if you're drinking too much, or you're smoking too much, or you was drunk when you heard it, or you were smoking when you heard it, or whatever it was, you was tired when you heard it, but maybe you need to go back and listen again.
Nah, like that ain't more than a nobody. He was praising you for being who you are, and in the same breath, gonna be like, yeah, when them other dudes on the shows and nobody, they be nobody.
He never said nobody. Never said nobody. All he said was, I don't look at them the same. Didn't say anything about nobody. Didn't say they weren't didn't say you guys didn't contribute. He just said, I look at you guys the same. Don't look at you guys the same, which is fair. Let's put it like this. Let's put it as in basketball terms, Kenyon, since you know basketball. Who is the star from these 5 people I'm going to name? Who is the star? We got DeAndre Ayton, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, or we got Luka. Who do you look at the most as being the star? You know what I mean? Those are all four from the Lakers. All three of them, four of those from the Lakers. All three of those other ones contribute, but don't get it twisted. The Lakers run how Luka is going to run. We all know that. The Lakers need Luka, and they also need LeBron to do his thing. You know, those are the stars. So let's look at it like the Warriors. You want to look at it, let's take the Warriors. We got Draymond, you know what I mean? We got Clay, we got Iguodala, we got whoever the fuck their center was at that time, and we got Steph. Who is the star? Who is the one that we focus on when we come to the court? And I get it. Clay can drop 60. Don't get it. Iguodala could drop 30. We've seen him do it all his career. I get it. Draymond could have a great game. It could happen. He could have a great game and go for 15, 10, and 5 or 15, 10, and 10. You know what I mean? But who is the one that even if they are coming in and dropping all of they're on top of, who is the one you don't want to get hot? Who is the one you still focus on? And we all going to say Steph Curry, Curry. Why? Because he's the star. That's the man that the game runs behind. That's the man that the team runs behind. He is the leader. That's why he's saying that about Gilbert Arenas. Like I said, you guys are too old, too grown, and too smart to be thinking this way, to be coming up with this stupid ass shit. We all know the reason why. It's Gil's arena. It's Gil's team. Now, Kenyon, when you start your arena and it's your team, then he'll have this conversation with you. Why'd you sell it for 50%? Because I look at them differently than I look at you. But you didn't start an arena.
Nobody without you.
Shout out Jesse Jackson.
Yeah. The dude, I don't know his name, so obviously he's a nobody.
Now, this is interesting.
This is the other problem. Gil, you on his show. You know what I mean? You got the nerve to say that I don't know his name. He's a nobody. First of all, you know his name because you looked at the video. That's one. Two, Gil should have said, hey, man, he wasn't saying that about you. You took it in the wrong way. And I know because I was on the show with him, because if he'd have said something bad about you, I'd have stopped all that down. He just said that he don't look at y'all the same because you're a contributor and it wasn't named after you. It was named after me. You know what I mean? I'm the leader. And like I said, I would have used the example of basketball. Who's the star? Rui, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, or Luka. You know what I mean? I'm not saying those other three don't contribute. I'm saying Luka is the star. If you want to put in the Warriors, name all the Warriors you want. But when it comes to Steph Curry, we all know the attention is on Steph Curry, whether he's having an off game or not. You don't want him to get hot. That's all we're saying. Now, I got an issue with Gil playing both sides and not speaking up, but Gil always been that way.
Interesting, man. Like, you guys are bringing experiences to the pod. You, the main person in the but fun. People typically bring up different points. Then you're talking to Gilbert Arenas, because you're trying to act like somebody is a bum who was. Here's what I want to see: College Player of the Year, and trying to act like
nobody was talking about his nobody was talking about his playing.
Somebody
career.
is.
Nobody was talking about his playing career.
What we do on YouTube is not. There are people, all the histories, that by like counting their experience, because none of us have been in the NBA, allowed to be there. What you actually means. For an example, if something comes out about an NBA player, Kenyon Martin, all right, for example, I have to wait until the story drops. Once the story then drops, I have to go and do the research on the story. And so who did he comes up.
This story, the moral of the story is people are very smart, but they act stupid. They act dumb, and they have dumbass talking points and takes. I even do it sometimes myself, especially when I'm drunk or I'm just not paying attention and shit like that. So sometimes you got to go back and watch the video again before you speak on it, especially if you got such a platform like Kenyon does, and Kenyon says what he says, and you got a platform like O'Shea Duke Jackson does as well. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. I got some things I got to do. Much love. Appreciate everybody checking out the video, and keep checking it out, man. I got some more coming. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna do some different things, and then, you know, my head kind of big for this do-rag. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace. See, making jokes on myself.